Hello there, I'm Robert McKay. The channel, of course, as I'm sure you know, is Christianity on the Bottom Shelf. Where I'm trying to put the cookies, and this is not my phrase, I got it from J. Vernon McGee. I'm trying to put the cookies on the bottom shelf where everybody can reach them. And it's by the calendar, it's still barely winter. This is leap day. But by the weather, it's springtime in Albuquerque, and that means allergies. And so I hope you'll pardon me having to yield to them now and again. But this hat that I'm wearing, I don't know how well you can see it, has the old Flying B logo of the Baltimore Ravens. I got this, it had to be in 96 because I come to Albuquerque in 97. And that was right about the time the Ravens were starting, and they didn't get to use this logo very long because it turned out that whether innocently or maliciously, this design was very close to what somebody had submitted, but they did not use and did not credit. So this Flying B logo is kind of rare. You don't see it much. I got this in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Back, as I say, it had to have been in 96. And it gave me an idea for something to discuss here, which is the Christian view of sports. And that may be kind of overstating things. Is there the Christian position on sports? Well, I don't know that there is. But there is, I think, a general biblical view that we should have in mind. First, sports in and of themselves are not wrong. There is nothing wrong with an athletic competition. There's nothing wrong with a foot race. There's nothing wrong with a wrestling match. There's nothing wrong with a football game, whether American or association football. The sports are not in and of themselves wrong. They are wrong if in your life they occupy the place God should occupy. And there are people in the United States who, although they wouldn't believe it, they wouldn't admit it, they wouldn't even necessarily understand it, there are these people who, for all practical purposes, their religion is sports, their God is their team. Now, I'm a Texas hick, and I will tell you right now, hook 'em horns. The Texas Longhorns have a rivalry with Oklahoma, and I haven't watched a college football game in decades, and I don't intend to start now, no matter who's playing. But I will tell you this, I want Texas to whoop Oklahoma. However, I don't want Texas to whoop Oklahoma more than I want to serve God. I don't want Texas to whoop Oklahoma as much as I want to serve God. Sports are fine in their place, just as food is fine in its place, family is fine in its place, church is fine in its place. But when any of these things or other things rise up to rival the love and attention and commitment you give to God, it's wrong. That's wrong. The elevating them is wrong. And then there is a specific aspect of sports in the United States today. As I say, this is February 29th, 2024. Now, when I will post this on YouTube, I don't know. I'm having computer problems. I'm able to record, but the nature of the problems is probably going to make it kind of difficult to upload things. We'll see. I'm recording a whole bunch of videos, and then I'll try doing some uploading. But in the United States today, we have sports teams, from the players on the field up through the coaching staff into the front office and the owners, who are acting in very anti-Christian, anti-liberty, anti-truth, anti-science ways. They are submitting themselves to all sorts of things other than the Constitution of the United States, the scientific truth, and the truth that God has revealed. Should you support a team which does those things? I would urge you not to. I will not tell you not to, but I certainly urge you not to. Why should you support in any way a team, whether it's basketball, football, stock car racing, name it? Why should you support a team which supports views which are against you? Why should you pay your money and your time and your energy to someone who hates you and wants to wipe you off the face of the earth and wants to abolish your ideas? And that is, when you boil everything down, when you take what they say and do and bring it down to its essentials, that's what they want. They want their view and no other, which means the view of a Christian is verboten to them. The view of someone who holds to science is verboten to them. Why would you want to support that? That's my view. I think it's the correct view. If I didn't think so, I wouldn't hold it. I'm not going to tell you that you have to agree with me, but I think you would do well to agree with me. At any rate, whatever else you do, you need to submit yourself to God. You need to study what He said. You need to believe what He said. You need to do what He said. You need to serve Him. And when you do that, sooner or later, all things else will fall into place.